In the time of Jesus, many women followed him, supporting his ministry with devotion and love. Mary Magdalene was one of his most faithful followers, forever transformed by his love and healing. Her devotion was unwavering, present at both his crucifixion and resurrection. Mary, the mother of James and Joseph, supported Jesus with strength and loyalty in his final moments. These women showed courage and faith, inspiring generations of believers. Joanna, a woman of status, gave generously to Jesus' ministry, risking her reputation. Jesus' message touched people from all walks of life, as Joanna and others exemplified. Susanna used her resources to help sustain Jesus' ministry, selflessly giving of herself. These women were more than followers, they were integral to Jesus' mission. Jesus saw their worth, treating them with respect in a society that often overlooked women. Mary of Bethany anointed Jesus' feet, a powerful act of reverence and love. Her act symbolized an understanding of Jesus' purpose and the sacrifice he would soon make. Jesus honored her act, calling it a beautiful preparation for his burial. Jesus defended Mary, showing his deep respect and appreciation. Women were the first to receive and spread the news of Jesus' resurrection. Jesus entrusted them with this message, confident in their faith and courage. Mary Magdalene was the first to see Jesus risen, chosen to share this miracle with the world. Mary Magdalene became the apostle to the apostles, bringing the resurrection message to the disciples. The courage and faith of these women were foundational to the early Christian community. These stories remind us of the importance of faith, devotion, and the courage to follow Jesus. Salome, another devoted follower, supported Jesus' ministry and stayed near him at the cross. As the mother of James and John, Salome encouraged her sons to follow Jesus with devotion. Even as a mother, Salome's dedication to Jesus and his teachings was unwavering. They supported Jesus' ministry in many ways, caring for the sick, sharing his teachings, and more. Martha, known for her hospitality, was honored to welcome Jesus into her home. She balanced her duties with a deep respect for Jesus. Mary chose to sit at Jesus' feet, listening to his teachings. Jesus gently reminded Martha that Mary had chosen what was important at that moment. This reminds us to prioritize our spiritual growth and connection with God. Women's contributions were essential, helping Jesus' message reach countless hearts. They were the humble, unseen strength behind his mission. Jesus' kingdom valued every person, no matter their background. In a society that often ignored women's voices, Jesus uplifted and valued them. Mary Magdalene's loyalty shone brightly even in moments of doubt. She stayed by his side in his darkest hour, witnessing his suffering. Jesus' trust in these women marked a revolutionary shift for his time. These women were not just supporters, but also witnesses and messengers of his resurrection. The resurrection story begins with women discovering the empty tomb. An angel appeared, telling them the miraculous news that Jesus had risen. Mary Magdalene was among the first to proclaim the resurrection of Jesus. They courageously shared the message of eternal life despite societal norms. Women became leaders and messengers in the early church, spreading Jesus' message. Jesus valued their faith, courage, and love for God, embracing them fully in his ministry. Each woman brought unique gifts, from devotion to resources, to support his ministry. Their lives demonstrate that faith is for everyone, transcending gender and status. Today, we remember these female disciples as examples of courage and devotion. Their legacy reminds us to walk our own journey with strength and conviction. Jesus empowered them with a mission that continues to inspire today. They show us the power of faith, love, and the courage it takes to follow Jesus. Jesus chose his followers not by status, but by the strength of their hearts and their faith. The women who followed Jesus faced hardships, yet they remained steadfast in their devotion. Their commitment reminds us that faith often requires perseverance, even in the face of difficulty. The silent, humble contributions of many, especially women, enabled Jesus' ministry to flourish. Jesus' respect for women's voices set a lasting example for generations to come. In their trials, these women displayed the courage and resilience of true disciples. Jesus' teachings helped them look beyond societal limits, choosing to live by faith. Their stories teach us that anyone, regardless of background, can play a part in God's plan. In that moment, she became the first to proclaim the good news of the resurrection. Mary Magdalene's story exemplifies that faithfulness is rewarded with purpose and honor. Jesus' acknowledgement of women reminds us that God values every person. Their stories encourage us to follow Jesus with all our hearts. Each woman, whether mother, sister, or friend, served a vital role in his ministry. Through their compassion, love, and faith, they showed the true essence of discipleship. The women who followed Jesus are timeless examples of courage and faith. Their legacy teaches that true faith requires action, not just words. Even in times of doubt, their love and faith in Jesus never wavered. Their unwavering loyalty teaches us how to persevere, no matter the trials we face. The legacy of these women reminds us to trust in God's purpose for our lives. Jesus valued each woman's strengths and inspired them to serve with courage. Their stories inspire countless others to walk the path of faith with boldness. The disciples remind us that God's love knows no boundaries. Their faith was rooted in Jesus' message of love and compassion. In honoring their stories, we honor the true spirit of Jesus' ministry. Their kindness and support reflected the true heart of Jesus' teachings. Their legacy encourages us to live with courage, compassion, and unshakable faith. Today, we remember these women not only for their roles, but for their enduring faith. Their dedication teaches us that true discipleship goes beyond recognition or status. Even in the shadows, their actions shone brightly, revealing God's love to the world. They inspire us to live with humility and serve others selflessly. Through their sacrifices, they brought hope and strength to the early Christian community. The female disciples remind us that each of us has a purpose in God's greater plan. Jesus empowered these women to be leaders, messengers, and symbols of faith. Their legacy continues to inspire across cultures and generations. We can carry their strength and courage as we walk in faith today. They remind us that God uses all kinds of people to fulfill His mission. Their faith was a foundation upon which the early church was built. Their lives exemplify the importance of community, love, and support in faith. These female disciples changed history, showing the power of faith in action. Through their strength, we see that anyone can make a difference by living faithfully. Their courage shows us that faith can be quiet yet immensely powerful. Each of these women helped spread Jesus' message of love and salvation. Their stories inspire us to carry forward the message of love, compassion, and forgiveness. In honoring them, we honor the spirit of Jesus' ministry, which welcomed everyone. These female disciples remind us of the strength we find in community and faith. Their legacy is a testament to the transformative power of faith. They remind us to live with courage, even in the face of adversity. Their stories show us that we can all be part of God's work. Their lives teach us the importance of faith, love, and humility. May we be inspired by these women to follow Jesus with unwavering faith.